Objectified both by men and women, are those things we should kind of just ignore?
That's
I'd ask this question. What's wrong and why shouldn't a woman be allowed to be sensual?
Belly dancing is definitely sexual. I mean,
That's right.
A lot of people try to deny that.
To me, it's not sexual. It's feminine. It's expressive, and you would do it also in Balinesian dance. You would do something with the hands, and I don't think that people are going to look at it and say, well, it's sexual. So it's so much more. But there's a lot of torso and hip movements that this is the area of what's going on. So
maybe the things that we call raunchy or degrading are actually not part of sexuality, but more part of violence, actually.
Maybe.
So if we could separate the language, if we get the language straight, then maybe we could realize that there's nothing wrong with being completely sexual and being sexual in the dance, and that's a positive thing. But that so much violence is somehow included in sexuality in the press and in most other dances.
But it's also part of our response. I feel it's part of my responsibility as a belly dancer and someone who's trained in this art form to educate my audience that it is not like stripping, and there is a difference between
stripping.
Because there is a difference, because I don't take my clothes off.
So why is taking your clothes off a negative thing?
I think it would be insulting to the culture, to Middle Eastern culture.
Well, that brings up an interesting point, because I learned, as you know, from Mom, the belly dancing as kind of an American art form from the 60s and 70s. For me, it was always called belly dance.
Right.
And it was always from sort of a liberation of female sexuality standpoint, rather than archive a particular art form from another country.
As a folk dance, the purpose of this dance is to express joy. That can be distorted by any performer's intent. You can take any dance form and do it